recently, Snoop Dogg, he stopped his show. He stopped 2 shows at the Hollywood Bowl in solidarity of the writer's strike. But that's not the big story here. The big story is a stuntman lit himself on fire to show his support for the writer's strike.
I guess he was Harrison Ford's stunt actor in Indiana Jones.
Yeah, we can actually show the clip right here. Here we go.
Right.
I'm kind of weirded out by the people cheering this on.
Yeah, like maybe try to help him.
No, I mean, I understand that they know that this is like a thing, but it still feels weird. Like, I don't know if even knowing that it's fake or that it's a stunt that I'm going to be like cheering this guy doing this. So here we go.
And then the caption says, "We're tired of being burned by the American Picture Association."
They just their language doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
They're not very.
I mean, this just
fun.
seems incredibly unhinged.
I mean, dramatic acts make for good headlines. Obviously, we're talking about it right now, but they have a messaging problem, and the messaging problem is that the average person just doesn't care. The average person has a family or a dog or somebody they care about more than literally, like they care about anything in the world more than they care about these actors, right? So you're going to have a very hard time getting them to change for that. And is there anything that like about this that seems like, do you remember the 2007 writer's strike, or do you remember that time period?
Not really.
Not really?
I don't think
Like-
I was paying attention at that time.
A lot of reality TV, like a lot of what we have for reality TV was like born out of that time period now. And it's like, you don't have as much, like, I don't care about the reality TV stars, but I don't care about the actors either. But the reality TV stars don't get to be as entitled as the actors do, right? And they're going to keep making gestures like this. So
Another update is that NBC Universal has now had to pay a $250 fine for trimming the trees along the LA sidewalk that was providing shade to actors and writers that were protesting outside.
see, man, if
I
if
don't
all
think
it
that they'll
takes
be
is
hurting from the $250 fine.
If all
Yeah.
it costs is a fine, all you're saying is
Worth
that
it.
it's legal for a price. That's,
Yeah.
that's what the
Worth it.
government says, right? That it's if you need to smoke out the writers and the actors who are trying to use your trees for shade, and all it costs you is $250 to get them to leave, score. Next thing you're gonna put like mirrors up there to like reflect the sun hotter down on them.
I'm surprised that they stopped taking the Twitter logo off the building in San Francisco when all they were going to get is a fine.
Yeah, does Elon
Like,
care?
it's not like the police can arrest you for doing that.
Yeah. I love how like there's no way that this wasn't a tactic, because trees don't look like this, and nobody in the world looks at trees like this and thinks they look good. Like if you
They
look
had licensed arborists who suggested that they trim the trees from their professional expert opinions.
very, very experts
So
at that.
it had nothing to do with the strike, supposedly.
So, and like we're gonna see like a lot of the movies I think later, like starting next year, are gonna get pushed because they're not gonna be able to run the ad campaigns for them that they would if they were still around. So you know what that means, right? No more movies with people in them. Just cartoon characters and inanimate objects. That's all you got.
Cartoons and AI.
Yeah, that's all they need to do.
I mean,
for
a
We're
it.
lot
just
of the
getting one step
time-
closer to the AI takeover.
It feels that way.
A lot
right?
of the times those aren't any better, right?
No, they're
Yeah.
not. But I'm just saying, like, that's what they're gonna have to do for a while.
Right.
Elemental wasn't a box office hit.
Or do you remember that, like they had that Tom Brady 80 for Brady movie that came out this year?
Yeah.
Let's make more movies like that. Like movies about, like, I guess Tom Brady would be in SAG then if he ends up in the movie. But, you know, just do stuff like that.
So Snoop Dogg has done a rant about AI and streaming platforms and is canceling the remaining shows on his Doggy Style tour.
That was the name of a
in
very famous
solidarity
album.
with the strikers.
If you guys haven't ever looked, go online and look up the album artwork for the Doggy Style album. You won't regret it.
Let's watch
Okay.
the video of his rant about AI
All right, here we go.
from his gated community.
I do want that Death Row record. I'm not gonna lie. I want that Death Row Records sweatsuit fit.
Yeah.
Like if Yeah, I think I might actually buy that hoodie as soon as the show's done today. I'm gonna buy it in black, but yeah.
Do it. We support.
Here we go.
Hollywood Bowl, June 26th, 27th. We got to move that date. Me and Dr. Dre, we stand in solidarity with the writers. So what we gonna do, we gonna push it back to October 20th and October 21st. So make sure y'all get y'all tickets and stay on point and stay on deck.
There's another video next in the post.
Okay, here we go.
Or no. What is okay. No.
Wait,
Real.
that's Snoop Dogg and who? Is that Dr. Dre?
Yes. That is okay. All right then. All right. Is
Cute.
it going the other way? Looks like that's both of them. That is like
okay.
the most like it literally looks like they just caught them at a picnic.
I guess when he was talking about AI, he said the money is not being translated and it's not working for the artists right now. And I just want to speak to that in the music industry. Like, that's effed up, and we need to find a way to figure that out. Can someone explain to me how you can get 1 billion streams and not get $1 million? And like, it's kind of true that the
Musicians
musicians
Yeah.
have a worse deal than the actors or the writers even do. Like, I think one Spotify stream is worth like a very small fraction of a penny.
Of a penny.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why Taylor Swift boycotted it for so long.
But that was in 2014, where she like took all of her music off of Spotify and probably expected other people to follow suit, and no one did because
they're
they
not
don't
gonna
want
give
to
it
put
up.
their careers on the line
Yeah.
to make a stand, and then nothing is going to happen. So she eventually acquiesced and resorted to just owning her own versions of her songs. But yeah, like, AI probably is closer to replacing musicians than actors.
Can one of these people you find a synonym too for something other than solidarity? Because they say solidarity every time. It's starting to sound like
Becoming
a weird,
very culty.
Yeah, it's very, very weird sounding how they all kind of say the same. I literally picture some like old union mob boss in the background, like clicking his bat like this, being like, "Yeah, say the line, say the line, say the line," and Snoop's like, "Fine, I will say the line. I will say the line." But I do believe that musicians probably get it worse than the actors, because they've had complaints about revenue for their albums for a long, long time, like especially when everything went streaming and stuff like that. But the sad fact of it is there's plenty of examples now in music of a path forward, right? Like someone like Tom McDonald, who does all his own work. I mean, he works super hard, but he's got like 2 million subscribers on YouTube and sells hundreds of thousands of records all the time. It's just that he's got to do it with just him and a small group of people. And you have to build that movement from the ground up. And a lot of musicians
You have to
aren't
literally
willing-
build your own music video sets.
Yeah, like so like a lot of musicians today aren't willing to put in that level of work because they like the record label giving them the advance and providing them with the infrastructure to build what they need to get done. That's easier to do but less lucrative for them.
Isn't AI already creating pop songs?
Yes.
Or there's
Yeah.
a special algorithm?
We should have played the Johnny Cash performs Barbie Girl song. Did you guys listen to that one?
No,
The perfect.
you showed me a lot of AI covers of Kanye West.
Yeah.
Doing like acoustic guitar covers.
But I meant
of
like even
things.
like songs that they like aren't a joke, like as satire.
Yeah.
They're literally like AI generated, and they just put
the
someone's
Kanye
voice
ones
on it.
were
and- yeah.
legitimately good. Like, if they were real, I'd probably be streaming them.
I if we get copyrighted for this, I guess we get copyrighted for this.
Whatever.
I'll have to clip the shot from here. But here,
Hello, I'm not Johnny Cash. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic.
This is Mary's
You
theme
can
song.
brush my
Kind of perfect.
hair,
It's like a perfect fusion.
undress me everywhere. Oh, come on, Barbie, let's go party.
You
'Cause
could
I'm
tell me
in
this
a
was real,
Barbie
and I'd believe you.
yeah,
This is good.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with
Oh my
my
God.
friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. Put my hands up to play in my
Yeah, we're
Wow.
gonna. I don't know who owns the rights to that, or if anyone owns the rights to that. But yeah, that's what I have noticed is a lot of the AI sounds like there's the really funny one of Britney Spears doing like Bye Bye Bye, and it sounds literally exactly like it's just that song but with a different voice. There's no actual art to it because it just sounds like the song but with a different person singing it. There's no flourish that actually denotes the artist doing the take themselves.
Right.
But these artists
But
are
it's
going to have
something
to.
you would only notice is AI generated once you've been told that.
Yeah.
You know.
And we're gonna have to deal with this because look, we had the AI. There's AI influencers. There was FN Mecca, the AI rapper, who was completely made up.
There are already tons of AI influencers
yeah
that are completely built from the ground up by companies
That have
to
their
do
own
brand deals.
that have their own, or even like have their own like causes that they champion, like their own like
They're activists.
activist
Wow.
organizations.
There were also some voice actors at Comic-Con that decried AI replacing them. Quote, "We've lost control over what our voice could say."
I would say the same thing to the people who wrote stories like The Little Mermaid and Snow White, who told these stories back in the 1800s and now have to, if they were alive, would have to see them getting butchered for the sake of modernity.
Yeah.
Which is
Snow White was like the
disgusting.
only princess that represented me. Because I grew up, I was like, I don't have blonde hair, I don't have blue eyes. I'm not like that stereotypical Persian where I'm like tan with dark hair and dark eyes. So having Snow White was like the one representative of like a Disney princess that I had. And so I'm a little hurt. A little
Yeah.
They're
upset.
and then like I didn't see as many people complaining about Jasmine in the
The
live action Aladdin
remake? Yeah.
Like it was, I mean, some people did, but all the attention seemed to go to Will Smith playing the genie in that movie. That was the big controversy for that one. There was a little bit of controversy around the casting of her and the prince,
Oh, really?
or her and Aladdin, excuse me, but like not a ton,
Yeah.
right? So
So this voice actor
remember.
said, "We've got to reject the idea that this is just something that's going to happen to us and we can't say anything about it. I think it definitely could devastate the entertainment industry. The question is whether we're going to let that happen.
yeah.
As a human voice actor, I can walk into a room and get a script that says something that I either don't agree to say, or something I would never say. I personally have that ability to walk out of the room. We've lost control over what our voice could possibly say. If AI can clone your voice and say lines that you wouldn't agree to on your own," which is true, but I mean, you do have the ability to speak out against it.
I
And
mean,
you do have the ability not to sign contracts that allow them to use your voice, and that way you might just make less money
Yeah.
than the ones who do.
They just like what they do is they tweak the voice a little bit and then make it like a fake person, just change the spelling on the name by like 2 letters. It's like Mike with a Y.
Yeah. And just raise it an octave,
Yeah.
like lower it.
Yeah. Like
Like your
I said,
voice if you were pushing on your Adam's apple or
Yeah.
something.
so it's scary to see this stuff happen, but at the same time, it's so, like you said, it's come so far so fast. It's so inevitable. I don't think that they're going to win this battle with the studios. I don't think the studios are going to willingly give up such a powerful tool, especially when we found actors and writers and directors to be flaky, unreliable, and for the most part, very much detrimental to the production process. Like they're going to go with what they can control, right? And if you can create something that doesn't have Twitter beef or get into scandals, that might be the preferential way forward for a lot of them.
And I don't think that there are a lot of actors out there willing to make the moral stand of not allowing these studios to use them in AI
Right.
projects, because the money is just too much to not take it.
Or it might be like the college athlete thing where it's like not till later on they start making laws about it. So all these people that are kind of like in the midst of it now when it's a new thing and people don't really know how to respond to it might be the ones that kind of get screwed over.
SAG would be better off probably looking for legislative changes than trying to get the studios to negotiate with them, actually.
And somehow I imagine that, like, given that like so many politicians now are desperate for some type of like appeal to Hollywood, they would be happy to bring this type of legislation forward and make
Labor
it our
solidarity.
problem as a society. So then we have to make this an issue that we have to fight about, so that I have to listen to what Whoopi Goldberg. I guess that actually makes more sense because she's actually an actress. But like I don't want to know what Meghan McCain thinks about AI. I don't care what Meghan McCain thinks about AI. I don't care what AOC thinks about AI. I just don't. Right? No, I don't. Believe it. Like, I'm sure that AI AOC already exists somewhere, and it's horrifying. Not good. Like there's an AI version of the Squad out there on the internet that no one wants anything to do with. I guarantee you.
Who should regulate AI?
I'm not the
government.
I'm not the man. I'm a dummy.
The state should control everything.
Mary is the authoritarian of this podcast.
I thought you were going to say Mary is the authority. Mary should single-handedly
no,
regulate.
No, I would not
AI.
put Mary in charge of something like that.
I would probably just ban it. Then we don't have to argue about it anymore.
Okay, I wouldn't do that. I say
Seems like the more peaceful.
Yeah, that's too easy.
I say
like,
let Hollywood fight about it. Like let them fight. Like Godzilla.
let them eat cake.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So, is there like a reality show that you like that you think is gonna keep on the air? Because you like some reality TV, right?
The only thing I ever watched was like old school reality
okay.
TV.
So
like
they'll bring
I'm
it
the
back.
wife swap person. Yeah, so if they bring back wife swap, I will watch reality TV.
Big Brother has been going for like 25 years or something.
Wow.
That brother's
At this point,
like the biggest brother by this point.
might have not made it without the first writer's strike.
Yeah. Well, I saw another one of those articles talking about the rise of Donald Trump being about the 2007 writer's strike. It's not a meme. It's a real thing. They blame Donald Trump becoming president on the fact that during the 2007 writer's strike, The Apprentice got renewed and became this cultural phenomenon.
Oh, wow.
So they're like, oh, who's going to be the dictator that comes out of this writer's strike, huh? Like,
I'm excited to find out.
what if they give their Ron DeSantis a television show and he becomes
Ron
some type
DeSanctimonious.
of yeah, right? Is there any other politicians that are public?
Well, they
figures
wouldn't be
now?
politicians yet.
Yeah, like what if
So
after
some
this,
random guy on Love Island is going to become the dictator in the UK.
What if Jordan Peterson runs for Prime Minister of Canada and it's because I have no idea. So it's funny because we're gonna see more of these articles and I can't bring myself to care. I can't I know
I'm already so tired.
No,
of talking
I
about
don't
the
want to
strikes.
see the actors who make the journeyman actors not working, and I certainly don't like seeing the hardworking blue collar crew not being able to work. But
I'm sorry. In my heart of hearts, I still don't care. I still don't care.
my spiteful side likes to see the big name actors, but they're not even suffering. Like Fran Drescher's not losing
they're not
out
the
on
ones
this.
who suffer.
That's why it matters, right? Like it doesn't matter if Fran Drescher is out of work. She's worth $12 million.
Right.
Like screw and
She's crying about CEOs making the same amount of money.
and what's his name? And The Rock can only give so many $1 million donations before that money dries up. But it's going to keep happening and it's going to be stupid. But maybe they should just get away from lighting themselves on fire. Maybe that's where we draw the line. We don't light ourselves on fire for the sake of something like a Hollywood industry writer's
I wonder
strike.
if anyone in the crowd was like, wait, is this real? And they're looking around and everyone just clapping. They're like,
It's kind of
I
like
think it's part of the show.
It's kind of like when like the fire alarm goes off and you look to see who waits to see if
Reacts,
somebody else goes out of the room. No, you go out of the room. You make the first move. You don't let somebody else decide whether the building is on fire. You find out for yourself. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.